Hey, that's that nigga Mike Winters. Shoot that nigga. Shoot that nigga. Fuck that nigga. Fuck Mike Winters. Fuck that and shoot, nigga. Yo, what's up? It's your boy DJ Dad, homie, and I'm back with another episode. Hey, and this one, man, I got to call Foul on the Play. VLAD TV, nigga, get over here. Look, you know, DJ Dad, homie, man, this is Urban Podcasters Wars, right? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I'm a crusader in this thing, right? I feel like, man, I gotta go up against the culture vultures, bro. Now, VladTV, I rocks with you, bro. But you just did something, bro. You just did something that it's kind of petty, bro. You know what I mean? But it really exposed the games you play. Now, I never knew that you had an issue with Lupe Fiasco. Now, I don't know if my listeners are old enough to remember who Lupe Fiasco is, but Lupe Fiasco was a little MC back in the days. You know what I'm saying? I think he was like a skateboarder or something like that. But Vlad just dropped a video titled "The Game I'm Calling Lupe Fiasco a Weirdo," and Vlad agrees. That's the title. The Game I'm Calling Lupe Fiasco a Weirdo, and Vlad agrees. Now, the game didn't even remember calling this nigga a weirdo in a rap song 10 years ago, right? So it was kind of funny, like, why would... But anyways, let me show you how I do my investigations, man. So first, we're going to listen to this Vlad clip. Listen to this.
Well, here's one that I missed until I did some research. You took a shot at Lupe Fiasco at one.
He said, here's one that I missed. Yeah, he opens it up like that. Here's one that I missed. Man, you've been burning to do this. Cause you had a beef with Lupe Fiasco, but we didn't find out. Let's listen, man. I'm sorry, y'all.
Did I? You said I put it on the head. I ain't talking no toupee. I stay the same. Ain't go weird like Lupe.
I mean, did Lupe went a little weird to me?
I personally think Lupe's a weirdo, man. Like,
I mean, so then you fucking agree.
I agree.
But here's the thing.
Me and him had a situation. I'll mention it after you.
Here's the thing.
See, that's when I stopped it. I'm like, okay, so the Vlad used the game, you know what I'm saying? A rapper from our culture, a black man, to call Lupe a weirdo. He been wanting to call Lupe a weirdo for so long. He finally found a black man to sit in front of so he could title his video, Lupe is a Weirdo. He been wanting to get at Lupe for years. And I did not know that until I had to do my little research, right? I'm like, Lupe Fiasco and VladTV, what's their history together? And then I came across this little video right here. Lupe Fiasco explains why he feels DJ Vlad is the police.
I have my issues with Vlad.
This video is 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So it started to make sense why VladTV, he been holding his grudge against Lupe Fiasco all these years, bro. Who's the weirdo?
And I have my issues with Vlad. Some personal, some professional with Vlad and his crew. If it's not him, it's the people that work for him or whoever the fuck. But he's the leader. It's his name is on the shit, so he takes the responsibility for it. Vlad has done some fuckboy shit to me, and he's done some fuckboy shit to other dudes in the space. But I really do think Vlad is the police. As a person with police in my family, I really believe that Vlad is the police. And either is being paid by the police or is working with the police in some capacity. He's an asset, even if it's not that. Unconsciously, he's an asset for the police. I spoke on this. Did I speak on this the other day? I didn't. But I'll just, for y'all that don't know, police departments have social media departments. Well, all they do is watch social media. That's how they police. They police through social media. So they'll watch accounts. They're following you. They're in there commenting, yeah, show us the pistol. And your stupid ass like, yeah, I'm going to show, they want to see this money. Right? They got bought the whole shit. And you think that you entertaining young white kids in Nebraska who want to be gangsters, or niggas who live on the next block, and you're entertaining Sergeant Commando down at Precinct 4. And that's the nigga who's commenting on your fucking page. Again, being an unconscious asset to the police. And I think that Vlad plays that role. And I think he's incentivized because his platform makes a lot of money. And those are the stories that people want to hear, right? They want to hear the salacious bullshit. People are fascinated with crime and people breaking the law, and they want to live vicariously through that. And I think the police recognize that, and that they're watching his channel, right? And they're looking for dudes, and it may be that the dudes on it, hopefully they're smart enough, if they're actually actively being criminals, they're smart enough to know what to tell Vlad and what not to. Give him a little bit of bullshit, give him a little bit of kind of the truth, talk about their old cases that they already beat, because you can be a serial killer, murder a bunch of motherfuckers, write a book, and tell your story and make money, right? Unless it's an injunction on you being able to do that to profit off of your crime, because there's a thing like that. But some cases, when you serve your time and you get out, man, you could write the book, sell the movie rights, do the story, all kinds of shit. But all the goofy shit you done did. Frank Lucas, for example, different folks who profit off of their crimes in a legal capacity. So hopefully they have the cognizance and understanding that the feds might be watching or the police might be watching, but they're not saying anything that's going, because they got to have evidence. You can't just have the story. Like, you can't say, man, I shot 12 niggas, right? And they're going to be like, well, where's the guns? Who did you shoot? Where's the murders? They got to corroborate it. They got to find the weapon. They got to do all that shit to do that case. And they just like, you know what? We'd rather focus on cases where we actually got a gun and we actually got a body and we just need to look for someone. And then but niggas will and can incriminate themselves and build a narrative to give the police, who may not have been thinking that way, to think about it like, oh shit, I didn't even know that they was doing that shit. Right? Or we think that things just need to happen overnight. The police will sit on you for years. Especially the feds. The feds will sit on you for years until they get everything that they need. And normally the feds don't come until the case is already beat. They're coming to you for a deal. Like, look, nigga, we already got you dead to rights. Do you want to take this 100 years, or you want to take this 20 years, or this 4 years, or whatever? And it might not even be that you have to snitch, right? It might not even be that. It might be another way to work out the deal, where you cooperate in some other manner, or whatever the deal you work out with your lawyer, using case law or other crimes or pre-existing things and blah, 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 blah. There's ways to game it, to beat it up. But at the same time, too, I would never, ever do an interview with Vlad, right? I would, and this goes back to the things that I said to Joe Buttons. I'd rather a black man do it to me than a white man do it to me. I'd rather, in the state of affairs in which we live, that's just where my mentality is. Because the black nigga gonna do it to you too. He's gonna get you in front of the camera to talk about crime and talk about shit you done did and talk about this and talk about that. But I'd rather a black man get that ad dollar and that money than a white man is gonna do the same thing. So for me, it's that at this stage of the game, right? I'd rather have a black Vlad profiting off the crime stories and the criminal ethics, right? And a lot of those stories, there is some redemption. There is guys who get on there and this is what they feel is their Say Cheese is it Say Cheese? Zach TV was like that, rest in peace. There were a few dudes like that who, yes, they're telling the gritty, grimy story of the street. They're interviewing the dudes who have done it or did it or whatever. But I would rather them profit off of that shit than a white dude profit off black on black crime and black violence and black criminality. Because I could at least trust a black dude who's doing it, that he has a much closer responsibility and interface to that world where it's in his best interest to report on these things to decrease the amount of activity like that in his community, right? That he can be held to task by his community. And then when he gets those YouTube ad dollars, that he's taking it to fund the basketball team or fund some type, or give the money to his homie to keep him out the streets versus, who knows what the fuck Vlad is doing with that shit, right? So that's my mentality. That's my thought process with Vlad. It isn't just this superficial, he's the feds. It isn't that. It is that these stories will get told. Who would I rather trust this story to? And who really needs to be responsible for handling these stories? And who has a direct connection to the neighborhood and the streets in which these stories come from? And it's not fucking Vlad. Right? And as much as I would love for people to not have to tell these stories, right? that they're not looked at as opportunities to promote violence or criminality in the streets, because it just makes it worse for us on the other side when we have issues like Jacob Blake and the police mentality and the way that the law is wrote and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I would rather that not be the case, right? Because it's a double jeopardy for us, right? We kill our own communities and then we wind up, causing, if it's not us that get caught, the police are going to catch someone. They might not catch the nigga who's actually doing it, but they're going to catch the nigga who look like he the nigga who's going to be doing it, right? Where a real criminal nigga who actually had a bunch of guns in the car, he's just going to sit there and like, say nothing. But the nigga who just feels entitled to say whatever the fuck he want because the police actually got him in the wrong, he's gonna wild out, and that's the nigga that's gonna get shot, and that's the nigga that's gonna be protesting for and doing goofy shit like that. So that's my piece on Vlad. And Vlad knows this shit. Like I've told Vlad to not even report on my shit. Like even if I got an album out, don't even promote my shit because I don't want you to even twist my words. Or put up a headline to call some bullshit. Please pretend like I don't exist. I'll find a way to get to the audience that you speak to or not.
Right. See, that's what we talking about. You know what I mean? He said it out his own mouth. Don't put up a headline to stir up some bullshit. Don't even post on me. Act like I don't even exist. And that's what Vlad did for the last 3 years. But he finally found somebody. He finally found somebody to get on camera and call Lupe Fiasco weird. And he tried to get it out the game. The game, played around with it. So Vlad couldn't help, but he couldn't help himself. He couldn't help himself. This is Vlad. Let's continue.
At that time, what year was that?
Ooh, hold on a second.
That sounded like some 10 years back shit.
Let's take a look.
But, yeah.
It's $1 and a Dream.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, which was with Ab-Soul.
That was like
This was 2015.
Yeah, so like 9 years ago.
Yeah.
Almost made 10.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah. I don't know. I really fucked with Lupe when he came out, obviously, before Touch the Sky, but Touch the Sky was
Kick Push.
Was fucking crazy. Kick Push was fucking phenomenal as well.
That's all.
And then he got into like Ninja Swords and all that shit. And so that's what it was about. It wasn't no major diss. It was just like I thought that was a little weird, but actually that might bring him peace and and doing the sword shit, the whole, I don't know, the whole samurai lifestyle might be calming and cool for the spirit. So who the fuck am I to call somebody weird other than a judgmental motherfucking human like everybody else?
Right.
So yeah, now when it wasn't no particular real shot at somebody I had beef with, it was just like me this rhyming and I don't know, Lupe rhymed with Toupe that night.
Right. He had responded to you with a link to the Radiohead song Creep.
What is that?
So I'm a creep. I'm a loser.
Is that was a diss?
I guess he's calling you a creep. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I don't know.
I didn't even know he responded. So
yeah, it was
that's
a
news
tweet.
to me. Me and Lupe might have to kick this shit back into full gear after that.
Well, yeah, I remember me and Lupe. Well, we've met. I've interviewed him before. We've run into each other backstage at shows, and we were relatively cool. But we would cover some of his antics on the news site on VladTV.com. Right. And then, I remember he was trying to call me, and he was trying to get me on the phone. But I was like, "You want to meet with me?" And I'm like, "I'm not going to meet with you.
Might have them swords.
Might have them swords." He's like, "Well, we need to talk." And I'm like, "I'm not getting on the phone with you because you're probably going to record it."
Right.
And when we were DMing and I said, you could tell me what you need to say on here, he reposted all the DMs. And I just blocked him. And
see, so you knew that.
He's a weirdo.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm going to say, Lupe's a weirdo. So.
Shit. You know what I'm saying? That's all Vlad wanted to do. He just wanted to get somebody on here to call Lupe Fiasco a weirdo for Lupe for calling him the police 3 years ago. You know what I mean? And Lupe ain't said nothing that nobody else in our community ain't saying, dog. Lupe ain't said nothing new, dog. You know what I mean? I just had to share that, man. This is DJ Dead Homie, and I'm gone.